Do you dare to dream big? Do you believe in your ability to achieve anything you want in life? How often do you criticize yourself for your failures? Hello everyone, and welcome to another brand new episode on my channel Boho BookClub. Today I'll be talking about the book, Good Vibes, Good Life, How Self-Love is the Key to Unlocking Your Greatness, written by Vex King. Vex King is a major voice in the world of personal development. He is an internationally best-selling author, a social media content creator, and a mind coach. In Good Vibes, Good Life, King draws from his personal experience and his intuitive wisdom to inspire you to practice self-care, overcome toxic energy and prioritize your well-being, cultivate positive lifestyle habits, including mindfulness and meditation, change your beliefs to invite great opportunities into your life, manifest your goals using tried and tested techniques, overcome fear and flow with the universe, find your higher purpose and become a shining light for others. Before moving on, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Chapter 1, The Law of Attraction. Have you ever had the sensation that you spend your whole life wishing you had all you wanted? Maybe you're always craving more money, better material comforts, or the perfect companion. Well, we all have unfulfilled desires, and we spend hours of our lives daydreaming about all that we wish to own. The author was no different. Having been born into an impoverished household, he often desired things he couldn't afford. This often led to him feeling helpless and frustrated. However, after years of passivity and surrendering to the situation, he finally mastered the courage to make his dreams come true. It was around this time that he stumbled upon the law of attraction. The author spent a considerable time delving deep into the mechanisms of the law of attraction. He discovered it to be one of the universe's most potent principles. Simply stated, the law of attraction is based on the premise that you get back exactly what you put out into the world. For example, if you project rage, negativity, and self-centeredness out onto the universe, life will only reward you by bringing you more of these negative emotions. In contrast, the world will shower you with good fortune if you actively encourage compassion, happiness, and thankfulness. Your thoughts and feelings are directly proportional to what circumstances you attract in your life. Whether we're aware of it or not, the law of attraction is at work at each and every moment in our lives. However, becoming aware of this can help us alter our behavior so as to benefit from its power. We can train ourselves to be more mindful of the thoughts we entertain and the ways in which they affect our mental and emotional well-being. All we need to reap the benefits of this opportunity is to have a better understanding of the concept of energy that we exchange with the universe. Let's imagine that your mind is a radio transmission tower, and that instead of transmitting radio waves, it broadcasts your thoughts and feelings to the cosmos. However, much like a transmission tower, you're not only transmitting, you're also receiving, and both the sending and receiving frequencies need to be the same in order for the exchange to take place. Hence, if you're unhappy with the messages you're receiving, you must realize that it's because of the messages you're sending out in the first place. In other words, if you're not content with the circumstances and situations the universe is throwing your way, it's because you're projecting the wrong emotions and thoughts out into the universe. When you realize this, you learn to alter your thought projections, and you're rewarded with more favorable events coming your way. The author here delineates 3 steps you may take to transform your reality. Asking for what you want is the first step in the process. Make your request clear and explicit by speaking or writing in the present tense and expressing appreciation, as if you already have what you want. For example, to express your gratitude, you may say something like, "I am ecstatic to have found my soulmate." This format can be applied to any and all aspects of your life, be it having a healthier lifestyle, getting a promotion, buying your dream house, etc. Maintaining a state of gratitude even before receiving what you asked for means that you've already raised your frequency to a higher level where you can manifest what you want. What comes next after you've asked for something is faith. Think about what you want as frequently as you can, and have faith in your own abilities to get it. Be a positive, upbeat person who spreads that attitude to those around you. It's helpful to think of this step as amplifying your cosmic signal. Finally, it's time to receive. Waiting for the right opportunity to present itself is the final step in the process of effectively expressing your desires. Use a mantra or a phrase that strengthens your goal to expedite the process. For example, using phrases like, I am receiving all the good in my life now. I am getting what I want now. A few times every day can go a long way in manifesting your desires into reality. Also, practicing this trust and optimism throughout your day will enhance the positive frequencies you're sending into the cosmos and enable you to obtain what you desire. All this is nothing but the magic of the vibrations your energy emits out into the cosmos. Practically speaking, this follows the same set of rules that govern quantum physics. One of the fundamental tenets of quantum physics is that if you reduce the complexity of the cosmos to its smallest and most basic level, you are left with nothing but energy. When two objects vibrate at the same frequency, they attract one another. This is the basic concept of the law of attraction as well. Since your main frequency is a direct representation of your desires, it is important to adapt your thoughts to align with those desires. To listen to more interesting summaries, please subscribe to my channel. Chapter 2. The Power of Self-Compassion. It's common knowledge that we should treat ourselves well, but what does that mean in practice? The popularization of these concepts by the mainstream media has benefited the society greatly, thereby removing the taboo, or New Age, tag from them and enabling us to openly discuss the importance of self-care and mental health. However, the terms have come to be so overused nowadays that people seem to have lost sight of its true meaning. In fact, many people view self-care as something superficial, like getting a hair spa or a pedicure, instead of making a conscious effort at improving one's mental health. Although the author admits the importance of taking care of our body and external appearances, he suggests that we go beyond the superficial and invest in a life-altering mindset rather than settling for a temporary fix. He also says that we should cultivate the state of self-compassion, which is nothing but a conscious urge to be kind to oneself. In order to be self-compassionate, we must learn to cultivate a more positive approach towards life. For example, let's say your friend has come to you to confide about her personal problems. No matter how big or small the problem might seem, your first instinct would be to comfort and support your friend. You might listen to her problem and then try to explain the situation from your perspective, focusing on the brighter side and also reminding her of her positive traits, which might encourage her to alter her perspective in the future. Although you might comfort and support your friend when she's in trouble and in need for help, unfortunately, when it comes to ourselves, we're not able to show that kindness. More often than not, we criticize ourselves harshly, which in extreme cases can lead to loss of confidence and depression. This is owing largely to the fact that in our society, we're taught from childhood to put the needs of others before our own. Thus, the thought of being nice to ourselves might lead to feelings of self-indulgence. Also, since we're told that we're the only ones responsible for our destiny, it may lead to the belief that we are responsible for everything that befalls us. Seen from a negative perspective, it may lead to self-flagellation. We might beat ourselves up over everything that goes wrong in our lives, be it losing our job, or having a fight with our partner. In the long run, this undermines our sense of personal accountability and opens the door to destructive behaviors like drug addiction. Thus, when dealing with the difficulties of life, we need self-compassion since it recommends an approach that is both empathetic, constructive, and effective. By practicing self-compassion on a regular basis, you'll gradually transform your self-criticism into self-comfort. For example, instead of reprimanding yourself with statements like, "Why can't you ever get it right?" or "You'll never be good enough," you can say to yourself, "I know it's a really hard thing to do," or "Don't worry, everything will be all right." While the former type of statements lead to self-flagellation, the latter encourages a more compassionate tone. Also, practicing self-compassion gives us a new perspective on the situation by helping us to detach ourselves from our pain. It becomes easier for us to acknowledge the hurt in us and be kind to ourselves, just as we're kind to our friends. Conclusion. Although we might hear our well-wishers say things like, "Be happy," or "Just think pleasant thoughts," in reality these statements might have an adverse effect on us, as they tend to invalidate our pains and fears, telling us to pretend that we can be happy at the blink of an eye. Instead, through sharing helpful advice, Vex King hopes to help people go beyond the toxic positivity and find true happiness. According to King, if you want to live a happy life, you need to start focusing on the energy you bring into your life. By learning about the law of attraction and putting it into practice, you can attract positive vibes into your life. By following the 3 steps of asking, believing and receiving, you can manifest anything you want in life. It's also vital to cultivate an attitude of kindness and talk softly to oneself in order to exercise self-compassion. By following these simple yet profound steps, you can make all your dreams come true, thereby transforming your life beyond your wildest imagination. Thank you for watching this episode. Please don't forget to subscribe. Your likes, comments, and shares are highly appreciated. See you soon in our next episode.